Would you give your entire marketing budget to a college kid and trust his marketing ideas for your product? Most people won't, but that's exactly what Dr. Bob Wagstaff did. And now he owns a multi-million-dollar company. Hi there, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Shash Singh and I'm the founder of Links Digital Agency. At Links, we help e-commerce businesses and other types of businesses skyrocket their revenue with YouTube advertising. In this video, I'm going to tell a unique story of how a regular doctor trusted a college kid to make a video, and this YouTube video ad led to him becoming a millionaire. I think you're gonna love the breakdown of their ad because it was created way back in 2010, but it could easily be replicated today and skyrocket your business. So without further ado, let's dive in. So Dr. Bob Wagstaff is a biochemist. He's also an inventor, but he's not a marketer. So when he created his first product, the Aura Brush, the tongue cleanser, he struggled to sell more than 100 units. Bob didn't have that much money for advertising, but he knew how good his product was and how much it could help people. So Bob kept trying to sell his tongue cleanser. In 2009, after being on the market for a decade and barely selling any units, Bob decided to invest over $40,000 in a TV infomercial. Like many business owners, Bob thought the issue was that nobody knew about his amazing product. Hence his decision to bring the tongue brush to national TV. But instead of getting the flood of orders like Bob had hoped, he didn't see a single order come in. He then tried to go to CVS and Walmart and sell his product to the big retailers. But the big guys didn't want to deal with Bob. As you can imagine, by this time Bob got pretty desperate. He was out of more than $40,000 and didn't really have that many sales, and none of the retailers, big or small, wanted to sell his product. You know the saying that desperate times call for desperate measures? So Bob decided to take a different route. Instead of trying to create all the marketing material by himself, he decided to try and get help from experts. The only issue was he didn't really have a big budget for the experts. So he reached out to a local university and took his Aura Brush to a graduate marketing class. This turned out to be the best decision he ever made. But it wasn't all smooth sailing as you may think. But you know what can be smooth? The way you smash that like button for this video. Done? Cool, let's keep going. So Dr. Bob ponies up $1,500 and brings his product to the class. Turns out during their research, the students found that 92% of the market simply didn't want his product. And just when Dr. Bob was about to leave the classroom and really put a nail in the coffin of this idea and product, one student raises his hand and asks the question that changes everything. The question is, what about the other 8%? The student pointed out that 8% is still millions and millions of people. And if they're interested, it's worth giving a try. At the end of this class, the student came to Dr. Bob and told him that he was confident he could sell his product. So they made a deal. The student turned out none other than Jeffrey Harmon, aka one of the brothers behind the Harmon brothers. Jeffrey got to work trying to brainstorm different ideas to sell this product. First, he tried posting infomercial videos on Facebook. Then he decided to try YouTube, and they were basically infomercial/humorous videos. And to Jeffrey's surprise, these videos worked. They resulted in some sales and increased conversion rate. But then Jeffrey had an idea, right? So he's already posting some videos on YouTube. What about if he created a video that educated people about Aura Brush but also made it funny? And the next thing you know, Jeffrey recruits his brother and another friend. And with less than $500 of their budget, they shoot the first Harmon Brothers ad. I'll let you know how this ad performed in a second, but first let's take a look at this ad and break it down. So the introduction of this ad is a pure pattern interrupt, right? As you can see, it's literally text on the screen that says how to tell if you have bad breath and a guy blowing into the camera. So you immediately start imagining how bad his breath is.
Halitophobia, the irrational fear of bad breath.
He then hits you with a description of what halitophobia is, which is the fear of bad breath. So within the first 5 seconds, the ad catches your attention and sucks you in because you want to know the answer to these two questions. The first question is, how do you tell if you have bad breath? And who is this dude? So the ad proceeds to explain where bad breath comes from.
Halitophobia, the irrational fear of bad breath. I'm a halitophobic. I'm not so much afraid of me having bad breath. I'm afraid of other people having bad breath. As in, hey buddy, your breath smells like crap. Maybe you should develop a case of halitophobia. Now I know what you're asking. How do we know if we have bad breath? You use this. You use a spoon. Now I know what you're thinking. A spoon, you eat with a spoon, you play spoons. You spoon your girlfriend. You take the spoon, you take the spoon and you stick it at the back of your tongue and gently scrape. Let it dry and take a whiff. If it stinks, your breath stinks. And if your breath stinks, this is the only kind of spooning you're gonna be getting.
So I really like the idea of the spoon test, right? As you can see, this test is something the audience can actually go and do. If they're sitting at home, they could actually try this right now and experience it right now. Honestly, I want to do it, but I'm at a co-working space, so I don't think it would be appropriate. It also gives the viewer an opportunity to try it out and see if they have bad breath or not, in which in many cases they will. So it's a simple way to get users interested in the problem and basically also build a rapport with them. I also like how the ad uses visual analogies. Although we've experienced bad breath from someone and have seen a dirty tongue, when you see a filthy sponge, you can't help but think, is my tongue this dirty?
The smart viewer out there will note, to check your bad breath, you notice that we checked our tongue. 90% of bad breath comes from bacteria and residue on the tongue. On your tongue. Now your mom doesn't sound so stupid for telling you to brush your tongue, now does she? Tongues are like sponges, soaking up all that bacteria.
So yeah, that sponge analogy is visually very strong.
And the tongue scraper? You remember the sponge, right? The tongue scraper just goes over the top of your tongue. This ain't gonna work. And mouthwash? This is like trying to clean your carpet with a hose. You're just watering down the problem. And then there's the option that actually works. This. The Aura Brush. The soft bristles feel great on your tongue. You just go back and forth a few times, then go all the way back, pull it forward, and see what comes off. It's the cure to bad breath.
Basically, he talks about why the toothbrush, the tongue scraper, and mouthwash all don't work and why they're ineffective. And then they present the solution, which is the Aura Brush. I like how they explain it and also visually show it as well. The viewer can see it takes less than 2 seconds to clean the tongue. This basically knocks out a few objections, right? Mainly the time objection and the will it work for me objection.
You can use this longer than your toothbrush. Use it in the morning, eliminate morning breath, fresh breath all day, and then use it at night, right before bed. You know what I'm talking about, huh? So do you and me and the rest of mankind a favor, get one of these. And your Uncle Steve, the one who looks like he's got a thick coat of fur on his tongue, get him one too. Put it in his Christmas stocking. He'll thank you for it later. His wife will, the kids will, everybody will be happier, trust me. Get your first Aura Brush free at aurabrush.com/free.
So the viewer can see it takes less than 2 seconds to clean the tongue, and this basically knocks out the time objection and the will it work for me objection. Lastly, the viewer is getting hit with a really great offer, which is get an Aura Brush for free, which is pretty powerful, right? And who doesn't like free stuff? Especially if it makes you feel more confident about your appearance. Now, I couldn't track down the exact landing page because this was 11 years ago, but if I were to take a wild guess, I'd guess there'd be an upsell after they get the free Aura Brush, and that's what made the company money. Hey guys, before we move on, I wanted to talk about something very special very quickly. If you are interested in running or are already running YouTube ads, this is for you. I wanted to introduce you to a few people that are killing it with YouTube ads. Mike made over $1.5 million with e-commerce YouTube ads. Bastian did over $300,000 for a client at a 10x ROAS. Boyd's making $5 grand a day with his course. Kale made a client $40,000 from just $8,000 in ad spend. Lloyd made a client $33,000 from $12,000 in ad spend. Do you know what the one thing they have in common? They're all part of my expert YouTube ads training program. We have the most technical YouTube ads course in the market with live weekly calls, a Facebook group where you can ask any question you want about YouTube ads, and more. And some of the best students spending thousands or even $10,000 a day on YouTube advertising. So there's a link below in the description to go book a demo call. Go and book a call to get a preview of the course and see if it's a fit for you and if it can help you get your YouTube ads to $5,000 a day or more. Now let's get back to the rest of this video. So when they first released the video on YouTube, it reached over 10K viewers organically, which is great for 2010. But Jeffrey didn't stop there, right? He added more fuel to the fire by investing $40 a day into YouTube advertising. As soon as he got $45 back, he upped the budget again. And within 5 weeks, the company had sold 10,000 units and made its first million. But the Aura Brush team just didn't stop there. They continued investing more money into making more videos. They created a character called Dirty Tongue and started to post funny and value-packed videos about bad breath and the dirty tongue. So you can see here that they've had a lot of videos. Some of these they've ran as ads, some of these they haven't. This one obviously is one of the original ones, but then there's also other videos which have gotten significant amounts of views. This one, for example, got 555,000 views. They definitely have running a lot of these. And this is the one I was talking about, where they have that character. So within the first year, their YouTube channel gained over 24 million views, and Dr. Bob got offers to sell his product in over 40 countries. And another year after that, retail giants like Walmart and CVS began to sell Aura Brush. According to Jeffrey Harmon, they basically reached success because of the combination of their organic videos as well as the ads that they ran. So it was a mixture. Obviously that one ad helped, but there were multiple videos they used that really helped launch them to the next level. And even though the Aura Brush was created over 11 years ago, I think you can easily replicate the simplicity of their marketing model. You basically create a product that solves a major pain point and demonstrate it in a funny and engaging way. And you don't need to spend a leg and an arm on your YouTube ads, right? So these guys, they did it under $500. Even under $3,000, you can get some great ads done. And yeah, you can start small and scale up from there. Listen, if you want your YouTube ads to scale up, you gotta create videos, but you can start small and then start making more higher production videos later. Because YouTube is like a hungry teenage boy. You must feed it for it to grow. Whether it be organic or YouTube ads, creative is the #1 key to YouTube. So that's all I've got for you today. Listen guys, if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like and hit the subscribe button. And I want to keep making you more videos that will help you sell your products and make you more money.